Intro. Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Kerry Clancey from Bali. I'm a spiritual teacher, spiritual guide, a meditation teacher here in Bali, and I'm also an advocate for the planet and peace and harmony on this planet and consciousness. I have the beautiful dear friend of mine, Michiko Hayashi, she is the director of the Emoto Peace Project in Japan. For those of you who are familiar with Dr. Emoto's wonderful work that he did, Michiko graciously continues on his work. She made a promise to Dr. Emoto many years ago that she would continue his beautiful work, and she gives her heart and her soul to going around the world, traveling around the world and teaching water consciousness and how we are water, we are connected to water, and how beautiful water is and our beautiful planet. So, Michiko, how are you? And welcome.
Hi, Kerry. It's so good to see you here. Well, thank you so much. It's getting very hot here in Japan also, and we will be getting into a blessing rain season soon. So.
Oh, okay, lovely. We've had a bit of that here in Bali, but it's always humid here in Bali, so we don't really feel the colder weather. And I'd just like to mention before we start with asking questions, if that's okay, Michiko. Michiko and I met a couple of years ago in India. We were both speakers and presenters at the Global Peace, and I think it was called Peace and Harmony event.
Happiness and well-being.
Happiness and well-being. Thank you, Michiko.
Sure.
And Michiko and I do many of these around the world, but it was an amazing connection that we have. And when we talk about divinely guided, I actually knocked on the wrong door, which I was supposed to, and that's how I met the beautiful Michiko, and she invited me in, and she spoke about Dr. Emoto's work, and I went, wow, I follow Dr. Emoto's work. So we just had this amazing, beautiful connection, and Michiko and I have done workshops together here in Bali. Unfortunately, we were going to do events at the Bali Spirit Festival, and because of the virus, that was unable to be. However, we've got more beautiful things planned for the world and spreading this beautiful message about consciousness and water. So, Michiko, because I want to value your time.
Thank you.
So, the question that I'd like to ask specifically is about the coronavirus. So, and the spread of the coronavirus around the world, what would you say if I said, what's the spiritual reason?
Why?
I mean, we all have different reasons and different thoughts about why the coronavirus is. Some of us have an understanding, some of us are very confused about why, but I'd really love to hear from you on what you think.
Thank you. Well, there are many reasons, I think, but spiritually, firstly, I would like to say I'm very sorry for all these people who have suffered when they got this virus. Also, many people had to go through this stage of transformation from this third dimensional world into above. And let's pray for those people. One of the major reasons why this started to spread all around the world, not only in certain area, but the whole earth, was because it was time for all of us to look at ourselves for what we have done to the Mother Earth. We have hurt Mother Earth. So many corporations, businesses, airline companies, all of us did, without respecting this Mother Earth, because of greed, money, power. So Mother Earth was really crying for many years. When we had this Fukushima disaster, the Mother Earth was saying that we should be waking up and unite with each other, all people all around together, and transform into the beautiful beings living in harmony with all beings on this earth, including, of course, Mother Earth and all the bacteria, rocks and trees and plants and insects, and of course, all humanities beyond religion, race, language. But when we had all these wildfires, we did not really listen. That was the Mother Earth crying also. But we did not really deeply listen to it. We did not really become very humble. Went back to the normal life of money, power, hurting Mother Earth. In one day, the airplanes were flying all around the world. 250,000 airplanes were flying in one day.
Wow.
See,
Wow.
right in this fuels and gas and everything. All the cars all around. I mean, you remember when we were in India, just we could not even see about
Yes.
2-3 meters away from us. I mean, because of the air pollution, because of the cars and motorcycles and all that. But now because of this coronavirus, everything stopped.
Yes.
Dolphins
So if we
came back.
So, Michiko, if we looked at positive things,
exactly.
these are the positive things that are coming out of what's happening in the world, especially not just the virus. There are other things happening. And I'd just like to add to what you just said, because that was so beautiful about Mother Earth. So for those of you who know what I do, I had a near-death experience, and after that, I had this deep, deep connection with Mother Earth. Now, when I say I mean we as a whole.
Sure.
We all have a deep, deep, beautiful connection with Mother Earth. And when we allow our hearts to open up to that, Mother Earth will speak to us in a way that's so emotional. I've had many tears over the years, not just in the last few months.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
It's because Mother Earth is a living entity. Living being, even though it's a huge earth being, so we don't even see that the Mother Earth is breathing, but it's breathing. Like, we are so small compared to the Mother Earth, so we breathe with our pace. But the Mother Earth is so huge, but it has its own pace and breathing. So we can hear, if we are connected with Mother Earth and pay attention to what she says, and when we send out our respect, love, and gratitude, she speaks to us.
Yes, she certainly does.
Yeah.
In my meditations that I teach, I always end with, now let's just give Mother Earth thanks for everything that she does. And I explain that every inhale comes from Mother Earth. She purifies the toxins that we exhale.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people think about that when they're breathing, about giving gratitude to Mother Earth. We would not be alive. She gives us food to nourish our bodies and gives us air, oxygen, prana, chi, ki, whatever you want to call it, energy to thrive.
And
so
we are really a small, tiny part of it. It's like for Mother Earth, we are really like a bacteria, or maybe one of the cells. We have our own roles. Each person is here because of there's a reason why we're here. Just like there's nothing we do not need in my body. I need my fingernail, because there's a reason why there are my fingernails. We need this eyebrow, like just like that. We are here because we are needed, and and Mother Earth is protecting us. So we should be grateful. We should be loving the Mother Earth. So we will be always united and living in harmony. And that's something that we have forgotten for many, many years.
We have, and especially that to a mother,
Mm-hmm.
if we refer to Mother Earth as our own, like the way we feel about our own mother, or I'm speaking as a mother here,
Mm-hmm.
there is so much unconditional love. Now, if you looked at Mother Earth as the mother,
Mm-hmm.
she's been giving and giving unconditionally the food, the nourishment, the air, oxygen, and asked for
Oh.
nothing in return.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's choking. Her veins are being clogged with rubbish. Her air, her surroundings, her plants, her trees are being brutalized, and that's what's clogging, and through pollution and things like that. So it's very, very dear to my heart, and I know it is to yours. So beautiful the way you said that, Michiko. That's
Thank you.
wonderful.
I would like to share something that a very important thing that Dr. Kazuo Murakami, who is one of the top geneticists in the world, and also Professor Emeritus at the University of Tsukuba in Japan. He has been studying genetic research for over 40 years. And he is well known as, because he decoded the human enzyme renin, that's a hidden factor behind hypertension. And he won this international acclaim because of that. And he is the author of very well-known, the book called The Divine Code of Life. Okay.
Wow.
And we just
that's
interviewed
interesting.
him. He said that, well, he just said something very important. He said, if the 70% to 80% of all these people around the world have antibody to this coronavirus, it's not going to be any danger. And Dr. Emoto, who was I worked for him for more than 15 years or 10 years before he passed. He said that viruses are in between third dimensional world and this fourth or fifth dimension, that is energy, Hado world. Hado means energy, vibration.
Yes.
So this virus is 3.5 dimension. It's not the third dimension. So he said the only way we can understand about this virus is to understand what water is, because water is the conductor of the information. So which is in between third dimension and this fifth dimension or higher dimension. And so the virus is carried by the mouth, water. We have to know. And this Dr. Murakami said, very important, if we all work together without thinking about countries, all the countries unite together.
Yes.
To work together. And so this world will be collaborating and living in harmony to cope with the viruses. It's not
it's
just
in a collective consciousness. We need to come together and unite as one. That's so beautiful, Michiko. Such a beautiful message, and I really do hope whoever listens to that message that you're putting out there, that they receive that gracefully, because it's so important that we understand that. I've been teaching that here in Bali. We can't just make it about Bali. We have to come together for the world as a collective and pray and send out peace and love and harmony for healing and coming together. So
maybe this
that's
virus,
so beautiful. But what do you think we can learn from this, Michiko?
Okay, we can learn. This virus is probably here to let us know that we should be living in service for other people, not for myself, not for the greed of myself, or not for the greed of the corporation, but to be Now it's probably saying that it's time for us to change the way, transform the way of our living, so that we
Yeah.
will be living in harmony, not by individual, but we will be living together, hand by hand, just getting together in unity, uniting with each other. So, and
And
instead of
even
fear,
when you say that, I feel like putting my hand on my heart, because I can just visualize the world and the planet coming together and everybody joining hands, you know, and just sending
oh
out
yeah,
that beautiful energy. And if people just realized and understood that we have this internal power that comes from love, comes from our heart, that we can make this happen consciously
mm-hmm.
and create a wonderful, wonderful world of abundance for all, for good
Right.
health, harmony, for having whatever you need in your life, because we all don't want the same things.
Mm-hmm.
We all want and need different things. So
I
there's
would
enough
like to,
for all.
I
Oh,
would
your
like to
book.
include
I love this
the
children's
children's book
book.
that Dr. Emoto made, and this is the children's book that I have been distributing all around the world, and we have this book translated into 34 languages, The Message from
Wow.
Water. Now,
And I might just mention, Michiko, when she was going to come to Bali before everything happened,
mm-hmm,
Michiko was going to bring her book, and
mm-hmm,
Yoga Barn were going to
right.
help with and assist with the printing,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. So I hope that may still happen. Hopefully, I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there in this moment, that you will receive the support and love that you need to promote this book
Oh,
around the world, because it's so important that our children
yeah.
receive this message.
Okay.
I'm just going to, this is just,
Oh, beautiful.
you've got yours and I've got yours. So Michiko's book really inspired me to write a children's book myself for my grandchildren, and my granddaughter was the catalyst for this book about unicorns. But I'm not going to make this about me, but I just want to share. Michiko, actually, I said to Michiko, I'd like to put a crystal in there, which I
Okay.
did, and
Yeah.
explained about
Okay.
Dr. Emoto.
I'd like everyone, if there's anyone who has not heard of this a message from water, this is what Dr. Emoto made, and he discovered that water makes crystals when we
Yeah.
freeze them, and these are the beautiful crystals that the water makes. But not all the waters create beautiful crystals. Let's see.
Michiko, I was wondering, while you're showing us those pictures, could you explain a little bit about consciousness and the vibration that we
Yes.
put out with our words? It's so
Okay.
important in these times with what's going on, the demonstrations around the world at the moment.
It's
Thank you.
we need to know that everything is vibration, even though we cannot see. This book is vibrating, and I am vibrating. My hair is vibrating, and it's everything is vibrating, and vibration is energy. And water, right here, I have my water. Water is absorbing all that vibration. Okay, and so when music is a powerful vibration, so when the water listens to a beautiful classical music, then the water creates these beautiful crystals. Now we need to know, it's so important that we know that human beings, we are 70% water. I mean, of course, it depends on the size of the person and age of the person, but about 70% water. Here in the air, also in humidity, we have a lot of water too. Mother Earth, or the surface of the Earth, is also 70% water. So water is in everywhere. And water is creating crystals, at the crystal structures at the molecular level. And so when it listens to beautiful music or something beautiful, it creates beautiful crystals like this. But when water listens to something negative or ugly or destructive, this is one of the crystals. It did not really form crystals. This is from the heavy metal music with angry emotion in it, with the singer singing with anger. Music was very destructive, and the words were ugly. So the vibration was so ugly and destructive, so water could not form the beautiful crystals.
So an example, Michiko, would be if someone was singing using words in their songs like hate or destruction or singing about war and disharmony, that vibration would go out to the person listening to that music, and it would also go around to their surroundings.
Affects
so
everything.
We really need to be mindful of what we're putting out, the messages. If they're about love and peace and harmony and kindness, that's what we're going to create.
For example, when we show the word, like we have the word kotodama in Japanese. Kotodama means spirit of word. And we say every single word has its own spirit.
I love that, Michiko. That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah, and so when we show the word thank you to water, then thank you created this beautiful, powerful crystal.
That's
whereas
gorgeous.
you fool to water, it's like a heavy metal music. It's really can't even form the crystals. So you can see that you fool in Japanese does not have positive vibration. When we say that, it's not just this crystal, but here it's so important to know, remember that we are 70% water. In this air, there's water, and we are breathing this air. So when we say something positive like thank you or I love you, then we are water within our body, within our brain, within our blood cells. Also 7 billion cells are creating these beautiful forms when we say something positive and beautiful. But when we say something negative, that's what we are creating. So we are really powerful beings. And okay, this is from Thank You and You Fool. You are beautiful and this is ugly. See,
they're the words, so
beautiful
powerful.
Words are beautiful. Hope and despair. Despair is broken, but hope is so beautiful like this.
Yeah, it's just such a thank you for showing those pictures, because it's a great awareness, I think, for anybody that wants to watch this video. That
if this is
so good
when we pray, prayer can change our prayers or meditation. Our intention is so powerful. This water here at Fujiwara Dam was really polluted. So at that time, Dr. Emoto asked one of the Buddhist monks to come along with him and offer the prayer for 1.5 hours. And this was before the prayer, and that same water transformed after 1 hour.
Isn't that so amazing?
So
I've seen the video clip where Dr. Emoto got the children, like teenagers, together and to hold hands, and the parents were there, and the difference. That's available on YouTube for anybody that wants to watch it. There's lots of YouTube. Dr. Emoto has lots of YouTube.
So at this time, when people are so, these days I see that there's so many riots around the world, and that's angry, destructive energy.
Yes.
Instead, we want to change it to love and gratitude, because that love and gratitude is the most beautiful energy that water creates.
So I think I'd just like to put something out there while you said that, Michiko, would be if someone sees something on, say, Facebook or Instagram or any sort of social media or up on YouTube, maybe if it's possible, if you hashtag or just put in a comment, sending you love and peace or sending you love and light or whatever, as long as it's got those positive words in there, you will actually change the frequency or help change the
It
frequency of
doesn't
that.
matter whether it's social network or social media or anything. If we send that energy, words, compassion, love, something beautiful, it goes to that person or to that place instantaneously. And that's
Yeah.
really science now. And I would like
Yes.
everyone to understand that, because every single person has the choice. Every
Yes.
second is the choice also. And we want to choose something beautiful, something positive, something loving and kind, respectful, and harmony.
Yes, that's so beautiful. Even we can't always feel, I think in these times we don't, or we, not that we can't, we, if we do feel, we can, but if we do feel a little bit of disharmony
Mhm,
ourselves because of just the way things are in life in general,
mhm,
we can actually sit within ourselves and just change that, work on changing that vibration within, and that's
mhm,
our choice to do so. So it is about choice. So if you, this is just a little example, if you do see something on social media and it really triggers something within you,
mhm.
don't respond directly. Take yourself away, have a moment with yourself, and just say to yourself, what is it I could do or say or comment that is going to make a difference to the planet and myself and
Uh-huh.
my surroundings in this moment? And
Also,
then bring yourself back. Yeah.
I think it is helpful when we are become an observer instead of being in there in the box,
Yeah,
as they
jumping
say,
in.
you know. Then observe the situation, because knowing is really important also.
Yeah.
But do not stay in there and become the observer. If you have the negative feelings, we are all human beings, so it's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But accept it and forgive it. Go forgive yourself and accept it.
Yes. And I
And
always say to people sometimes if they're really struggling with that fear of what's going on around the world at the moment, or the virus or whatever, and I say, the more you come into your heart and love yourself, the mind, your subconscious mind, will start to open a door
mm-hmm,
and allow the consciousness, which is what your love and your light that you're tuning into, and eventually it will let go. So it's about just keep doing it. Even if you think it's not making a difference, it will. Become a champion of love and
mm-hmm,
put that out there. Like
sure.
Michiko and myself, we're just, that's why we connect. And every time we see each other, we say, I love you and thank you. And we're just so grateful to be doing this work,
Mhm.
even though we don't see each other
And
much.
because we
We,
are really um, energetic beings, so we are just like magnet. So whenever
yes,
we're saying thank you, I love you, or being a good person and positive, all that energy is coming to me, coming to you. We're attracting that. So all the
yes,
people around you, when you see who are around you, then you know
yes.
who you are, what kind of
That's
vibration.
such a, yeah, that's such
What
a good way that you've said that. Yeah, and
a
it's like
the beautiful
if you
people.
feel the negativity, because we're energetic beings and we can feel the energy of others, but because we're not taught that that's what's happening to us,
Mhm.
we learn to move away. When we learn how to do this, we move away from that energy and let it be, because we can't interrupt an energy of someone else. It's not up to us to do that. It's up
Mhm.
to them to learn to
Mhm.
do the work themselves,
Yeah.
because you've got to step into your own power. So if you were surrounded by exactly what Michiko said, loving people will come when you're in your love and your light.
It's a
And
law
if you're
of
not,
vibration, law of
yet
attraction,
that's the
law of
vibration that
universe.
you are attracting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you're
What
not,
people?
then there'll be someone that, I always say they're the teachers
Mhm.
to show me, like if my vibration's off,
Mhm.
exactly what you just said, I sit in it and go, what is it? What's going on in my surroundings? And there is always someone shaking the energy up from within, and I really need to change that and work on that and do it another way. And it doesn't mean that you have to never see a person again, because we all have families and we're not all vibrating the same way within our family or community. It just means we learn to keep our vibration up, and we can step away gracefully without guilt or shame. Just step back and allow them to be. And it's just so simple.
All about myself, you know.
Yes.
What kind of vibration do I want to be?
Yes, that's beautiful.
How brilliant do you want to be? How loving do you want to be? What kind of a person do you want to be? Just do things that you want others to do for you. Because if you try to please others, you will have that back also. When you say,
and also in saying that we need to not get burnout. So there's a fine line there, I think, is when we're healers and teachers like myself and Michiko, we're giving a lot to others, but we also are aware of when our energy is out of alignment, and we also are aware what we need to do to bring ourselves back. Because I think this is very important, because I know I come across lots of my students who give and give and give, and you can see they're so sad inside and so empty, because they've been giving, but not giving back to themselves. So there's a fine line there about staying, I just say, stay in tune with you, with your vibration. Love thyself within, then radiate out that love to others. Because if you radiate out the love first and you're not looking after you, it's impossible for you to sustain that. So it's always keep your heart cup. I say keep your heart cup topped up, then go out in your day and spread that love, love, love to as many people as you can. And just by doing this.
Good.
Don't even have to speak. You don't have to hug. You just do this.
Yeah.
And you will radiate an energy from your beautiful heart out to others.
And that's kind of the world we want. Okay, so before
Michiko, I was wondering before we finish up, did you want to say more about the book? Because I was going to ask you.
Just to remind everyone or introduce everyone that our website is www.emotopeaceproject.net. It's www.emoto.peaceproject.net. And if they want to contact me, they can just visit the website, or they can email me by at EPP, right here, EPP@emotopeaceproject.net. Okay?
Michiko, I'll also put that up when I share this, and I'd like to put it up on YouTube as well. So I'll be sharing your information.
It says HTTP, but we don't need HTTP. It's www.emotopeaceproject. Okay?
Yes, and please reach out to Michiko. She's such a she has such a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul, and she's always willing to. I know for me and our friendship that we've built over the last few years has been amazing. But she is always available. If she can't do it in that moment, she will always get back to me and say, look, we could do that tomorrow or next week or something. So please reach out. This is a beautiful cause, and it's part of what we're evolving into, the peace and harmony and love. And Dr. Emoto, I believe, was before his time. If he was here today, God bless him, may he rest in peace, that he would be phenomenal. He would be, so many people would be drawn to his work, and you're the successor of that, Michiko. And it's just such an honor. I feel so honored to have met you, to know you. You are a beautiful soul. I feel like I'm going to cry. So let's go to the last question. So if I was the world, and you were speaking to me and you had a message for me in this moment, what would that be?
If you are the world?
Yes, so you're speaking to the population now. Say I've put you're on stage, you've got the lights there, and you've got the whole world looking at you, and you're wanting to spread one message, one consciousness to the world. So you've got the platform, you've got the stage. Here we go.
Okay, well, thank you. Of course, I would say to everyone, I love you so much. Love yourself. and appreciate everything we have. Instead of seeing something negative, let's appreciate everything we have. The source creator has been giving us everything we need. So let's share. If we share with everyone, love spreads, gratitude spreads, the food spreads, water spreads. We can share everything. We have everything. And let's say thank you to Mother Earth. Thank you to all living beings. And thank you to yourself. And I love you to everyone. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you so, so much for your time, Michiko. And I love, love, love you. And you know that we always end our conversations in love you. We'll just send each other a little message, love you, because the work is so beautiful. And I remember us meditating together or just being in a moment, sitting on the bed. We were in like in a prayer pose position, yoga pose on the bed, saying, and you were teaching me to say, give me the courage and the strength to share my beautiful work around the world. And I've not forgotten that. And I say it nearly every day to myself when I'm struggling, please give me the strength, because you're actually talking to a divine creator, a field of energy out there that's listening. And your angelic guides, angel guides come in with that if we ask. So such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. Sending you so much love and prayers, and I hope that people do get on board with your work and start following what you do. You have a beautiful message. Dr. Emoto was a beautiful researcher that was trying to get this out there to the world. It is time. Check out the children's book, amazing. I use it a lot in my teachings. It has such beautiful, beautiful messages in there, and it's a great book for children. Thank you, Michiko. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye, my lovely. Namaste.
Thank you. Okay.
Sayonara.